Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
You know, as ready as it's going to be for what we're doing here.
Okay.
It was nice knowing y'all.
Last time,
Mm-hmm.
as you were exploring the maze, you were collecting essences of the elemental planes. You ran through. You tried to solve a few puzzles and be assaulted by smoke monsters that have been plaguing Hazel since very early on, since she left the Kaya Druids. You figured out that the essences of the planes that you were collecting go into these slots near this altar with this giant sort of monster's head. And then, after so long of the temple shaking and shattering, the creature starts to come through. And let's begin there.
Let's just start there. You know, why not?
So, Augie,
Oh no, not me.
you... Oh, let's do this. Alright. Augie, the
Look at me
creature
up
started
there.
to break through, and you saw kind of like charcoal-looking parts of flesh, and as the more of the stone and rock that fell off, the more that you sort of like saw the exposure, and you can see the embers starting to form underneath its skin.
Concerningly, yes.
This point, the creature breaks free of the wall. Augie, I'm gonna need you.
Jesus.
I'm gonna need you to roll a Constitution saving throw or a strength save.
Okay. I suppose that I'll do that while you make this thing all big on screen.
Yes, I need to adjust that.
Okay. So strength save, yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm actually bad at those. Well, fuck it. Let's go ahead and... I accidentally clicked it on D&D Beyond, but I didn't mean to use that roll. Do I need to use that roll?
No, you don't need to. Roll your dice.
God, that was actually a pretty good roll. Why did I say this? No,
What?
this is so much worse. So, it could have been a 14, which for me is incredible with this character. It actually was a natural 1, so I guess that's a 0.
Right. You get flung back 10 feet.
No!
Oh, you are lucky. You take 3 points of fire damage and 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
So 4 total, okay. And that was me being lucky.
Yep. And you get flung
I
back
wonder
10
what
feet.
succeeding would have meant. Yeah, 10 feet. Moving back.
Okay.
5, 10.
Now, last we left off was the creature coming out. That's its action. Hazel, we are back to you.
Okay.
And for the record, just FYI, as the maze has been like shaking and the creature's coming through, Hazel and Sabir, you notice behind you, the walls and the ceiling of the maze start cracking and breaking, and the hourglasses that are lined up along the walls, they burst, and the sand starts to fill and flood the maze behind you.
Rip.
Setting.
Yeah.
All right.
You're quite upset.
I am going to go ahead and use my action to wild shape. I will wish my wonderful little wild spirit a goodbye, because I assume if I wild shape again, it goes away.
I would read that if I were you.
Okay.
Let me see. Summon Wildfire Spirit.
Well, the spirit only manifests for 1 hour, so isn't it up anyways? I don't know when I brought it.
It says that the spirit
Well, if
manifests
it's
for
for
1
an
hour
hour.
until it is reduced to 0 hit points.
Yeah, you brought it in
until-
like halfway through.
Yeah,
It's probably more than fine.
Yeah,
right
it's been with you, like, it's got plenty of time left.
That's
Okay.
100 rounds, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or no, 10 minutes I think is 100 rounds.
Yeah, 10 minutes is 100
Yeah.
rounds.
Oh, wow.
1 hit point
Yeah,
reduces
you
0 hit points until you use this feature to summon the spirit again or until you die. So you can turn into, and you command it mentally, right? So yeah, you're good to go.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll just use my second wild shape slot, and I will become an ape.
An
Oh,
8.
Whole ass ape, huh?
An ape.
All right.
Ape escape.
Oh, that was my action, and then I will use my bonus action to command my wildfire spirit to move me 30 feet closer.
Also, you
So
can teleport to
5, 10,
here with your wildfire
15.
spirit.
Here? Okay, cool.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it has to be an area I can see. Yeah, I forgot. Thanks.
So
Okay.
you can control your ape. That's Hazel Ape. I'll put a little green token. That's you. Because you're green.
Perfect.
Cool. That's your action. That's your bonus action. Are you going to use your movement?
Stay where I think I can run. I'll see how this pans out.
Okay. The walls behind you and everything just keep cracking and breaking, and sand keeps flooding the maze. All right, Augie, that's you.
How exciting. I'm concerned. I am
I don't blame you.
I am uncomfortable. I'm hurt.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do is panic and then attack. I could honestly, what the hell else am I gonna do? Let's go ahead and move into business. 5, 10, and I guess we're just gonna go for a nice little slash with the Kopesh. So I pull out the curved blade and take a wide fucking swing. Quick question before we continue, if I recall correctly.
Go for it.
Shun was holding an action or was he dodging?
I just dodged.
Dodged. What a shame for me. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Okay, natural 17. So it's gonna be like 23, 24? 23.
17 will hit.
Let's go, dude. And this is Kopesh, so And I do not have sneak attack on this, unfortunately. So that'll be 7 points of slashing damage.
You bring your Kopesh out, slash it across its thigh, and
That's right.
it kind of like moves a little bit in pain, and then just kind of like waves its hand at you, just kind of tries to swat you away.
I'm
You
not a fly.
definitely bring it out. Embers and a burst of embers kind of like hit you in the face a little bit. Anything else?
You know, no. Actually, yes. I'll second wind, and I'll just
Okay.
do that on my own. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Okay.
Good second wind.
Sabir.
I run with both orbs in hand.
Hell yeah.
I run right here. And then I will dash 5, 10, 15, 20. Be like, I got it! I have him! But you guys see me turn around the corner, and instead of normal Sabir, I am still completely sand and stone. Just like little drippings of just dust. And then I am my turn.
If I wasn't so terribly concerned, I would have reacted to that probably.
All right.
Just, I got it! Oh, what the?
Okay. That is Sabir. Shun. Your move.
This is what friends get you, then this is not worth it. And I'm gonna run in and make 2 attacks on this fella. So I'm gonna use my dagger. If I hit, I would like to use
Sneak attack.
sneak attack.
Okay.
That is question. So because of my swashbuckler archetype, I get to add my charisma modifier. Oh wait, that's 2 initiative rolls.
Yeah,
Never
your
mind.
initiative.
Damn. Okay, then that is going to be for my first attack. That will be 9
9 to hit.
to hit.
Does not hit. You slash against the stone, and it like just as you go to hit it, a burst of flame and ember comes out of like its knee and just kind of like blinds you and makes you go wide.
My second attack is a 22.
That will absolutely hit.
Okay, and then that will hit with the sneak attack.
Yeah,
so
you,
that's
you get a sneak attack on that one.
2d6 plus 1d4 plus 2.
Happy to provide, you know.
So that is going to be 5, 6, 7 plus another 5. So 12 damage.
12. All right.
And then also because of my swashbuckling abilities, if I make a melee attack against a creature, the creature can no longer take opportunity attacks. So I'm going to run back.
That is absolutely true. It cannot take well, on you, it cannot take opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Good luck to everybody else.
You do. All right.
Right, thanks.
Shun, you run back to your spot.
Don't tell me this thing has legendary actions.
Now comes the layer action.
Oh, well, that's also bad.
Hazel.
Yes.
Well, don't
You
sound so
see-
excited.
You see Shun run up, like go to slash. The ember hits his face and he goes wild, and he backhands it back. Embers burst forth, and he just kind of like backflips on his hand, like does a few more backflips, runs back to his spot, and just prepares himself. But you see that as he starts to backflip, he's going in slow motion. And you see Sabir run past with the 2 spheres, like with the stone skin, and he's starting to slow down and bringing the spheres up slowly. And you start taking a few steps forward. You look back and you see your ape form with bared teeth showing the gums, and you see behind you the wildfire spirit flaming at a normal speed. And as you turn to look at the creature, there is somebody else between you and the creature, or something else. A sort of... Make a perception check. Let's see how well you can kind of... Or, better yet, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah.
I got a +6 on
We
wisdom
all made the
saving
same face,
throws.
As you look back to the creature, you see what was not there before, this flame figure. And you see these 2 blue crystal-like eyes. And you see it kind of like tilt its head at you and look at you. And you hear in your head, so, you're the Emberling. And it takes a few steps around and kind of like, you can't really discern any kind of humanistic sort of version except these 2 kind of blue crystal dots. And it looks you up and down, or at least that's what you perceive, for you cannot see any sort of activity. Who are you?
I can't tell if this is real or if Augie is getting back at me.
It takes a step closer to
Augie?
you. Augie is frozen in time with his Kopesh, just like preparing for the attack. Now everybody is moving, but they're moving at such a slow pace. Like very, very, very slow. Just you're moving like hundreds of times faster than them in this sort of timescape.
Yeah. Okay. As adds up. So far, they have not been helpful. They wouldn't be helpful again now. I don't think Augie could play a trick like this on me. No. No, I don't think so. Would have been smart of him, but I don't think so. I think he knew I'd talk his ear off if he did this, so I'm gonna... Okay. I'm sorry. Did you ask me a question?
You see the flames kind of burn hotter a little bit, and then they kind of like burn hot, and then again you cannot perceive anything, but you sense like a sort of pause in this entity, and the flames die down even lower than they originally were. Who are you, Emberling?
Oh, I'm Hazel.
And you walk the path of the wildfire.
It appears so.
And with that, boom, you're teleported back into your body. We go back to the top of initiative. Hazel, it's your turn.
The fuck was that?
Maybe he was fucking with me. Oh well, whatever.
Do I hear that in my head?
Up to Hazel.
Yeah, I'll say it through the mushrooms. I'll be like, "Are you guys fucking with me?"
Would you please fight? Help, please.
He seems scared. I'm gonna assume he's not messing with me. So then, with that, I will move. Sorry, I gotta switch back.
Oh wait, hold up.
5.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I skipped the creature.
No, you
Oh.
didn't.
My bad.
You
totally
didn't,
didn't,
though.
dude.
It's gonna
Yeah.
take
No,
Absolutely. It had its
it's-
turn,
5,
and
10,
it was awful.
15.
The layer action
still
was his
melee.
action. How about that one?
Have you considered that, Marco?
Steve, I need you to roll me a d6, please.
What is this nonsense?
D6. That's a 2, my guy.
2.
We don't like that.
I need you to make... So the creature breaks free of the wall. All of this debris and stone and sand start to break off of the wall and off the ceiling. And you see, like, what looks to be like its coal sort of body made out of charcoal starts to burn brighter, and the flames start to grow. And Steve, it comes closer, bearing down on you. It brings its massive arms and kind of, much like an ape, starts to kind of crawl towards you. And you just see this big blue crystal that's in the center of its head just like flash. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
And a fucking wisdom save. And that's gonna be an 18.
18. You look at your skin, the stones of it all start to like melt. It's like your skin starts to turn a little bit to water, but then you kind of like shake it off, and you just like you blink and you're back to normal. That is its turn.
I was turning to water?
It was like melting.
Oh.
But you succeeded on the save, so you're good to
Okay.
go. That's its turn. Now it's your turn, Hazel. My bad.
All right.
Upsetting.
I am going to move 5, 10 right there. I am going to use my multi attack as an 8. I've got 2 fist attacks.
Go for it.
So I'm going to roll for that. The first one is a 19.
That'll hit for sure.
And then the second one is a 14.
14 does not hit.
Okay, and then that is 9 points of damage, of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my bonus action to command my wildfire spirit to use flame seed.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. As I do that as my self, as like my
Yes.
+6 as Hazel.
Yes.
Okay. 17.
17 is sufficient. Your attack continues. But you sense a
Yes.
resistance from your wildfire spirit.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
Well, we're gonna do
interesting.
this anyway.
Yes, you are.
That is a 13 to hit, so I'm no.
No, 13 does not hit. You bring down one massive fist, slam it against its knee. It kind of buckles for a second. It doesn't go all the way down, but it buckles. Burst of flame and fire and charcoal and ember in your face. Then, as you bring down the other one, it just grabs your fist and shoves it back, and then gets pelted by the fire bullet seed from your ember, from your wildfire spirit.
Scary. Spoopy even.
And how much? No, but it doesn't do any damage.
It didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it didn't do any damage. All right, cool. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right. That is Hazel. Augie.
Okay. Do I like gather that that there was any sort of hesitation, or is that imperceptible to me?
Imperceptible to you.
Then I'm still in the mindset of we need to hurt this thing as much as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an attack.
Go for it.
Hoo-hoo! Okay. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Let's go. And this time I do get sneak attack.
You do.
Hoo-ah! I sure do. Not that it freaking matters. 1 on the die, but that's gonna be 10 points of damage total.
All right.
Yeah. I do only have the 1 attack though, and as far as bonus actions go, I've used all of the ones available to me. So I'm gonna just hang tight and take a nice long slash with my curved blade up its leg because it's massive.
Yep. You slash it again. Fire and ember burst forth. Very good. Sabir.
I didn't use the Javelin of Lightning last time. I just used regular Javelin, right? Pretty sure that's because I missed and it just hit the wall.
Yes, I believe. Yeah, you
Yeah.
pulled it out, but you didn't use it. I was disappointed.
Yeah. In that case, this guy's arms are pretty low from Tiffany, like grabbing on him.
Yeah, they're fairly low.
Gotcha. And then one last question for you. No. I'm gonna run up, and as I'm running up, I'm gonna scream, and I'll do Daunting Roar. I need you to make a Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. 21. Oh, JK,
21.
sorry. 24.
Yeah, that doesn't do it. Anyways,
valiant
I'm
effort,
going
though.
to. I throw my Javelin of Lightning.
All right. Roll to attack.
Does a 15 hit?
15 just hits.
Oh, buddy.
Just hits.
And it has to make a dex save too, right?
Just
Dexterity save. Yeah. Dex save.
It rolled an 18.
18, so you take half as much. But here we go. That's 7. You take 7 piercing damage from the jab,
7 piercing damage. All right.
and then 8 lightning damage.
Okay.
And then I'll pull out my short sword and my shield. I'll just get close to it.
Oh, Sabir, thanks so much. I'm
All right.
No
concerned I
problem.
was the only one up and close.
You throw the spear, a stream of lightning like bursts through it. The room fills and blinds everyone for a second with light. It roars back in pain and just like puts its fist back down on the ground. Sabir, that's good. Shun, you're up.
Shun, seeing Sabir come in looking different than Hazel coming in, watching Augie attack, goes to attack again, but remembers he's wearing the the boon of bad, and decides to. He gets a little frustrated, and this starts making a heat resonate off his body, but it's not actually heat; it's supreme cold. And as goosebumps form on his body, they kind of shoot out into these icicles, and I'm casting Armor of Agathis.
Nice. Fuck yeah. Cool.
It's dope, dude.
The
Great smell.
you all see this sort of steam. Well, Augie, you don't, but you see this sort of steam start to form between Shun and the elemental.
What's happening over there? Something's happening over there.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna move. It's not the map. I'm gonna move over here.
We're
And
It happened to me literally just 2 seconds ago.
yeah, I'm so used to being in. It's like, oh shit, it's over here. And then I don't have a bonus. Yeah, that's it. So that's my turns.
Cool.
It's a bit all right.
Fantastic. Once more, Hazel, you see the javelin go through, you see Augie come and slash, and you see Shun like burst these icicles out of him, and as you see like the icicles start to form and you see this like steam coming off of him, it starts to slow and freeze, and you see like these little tiny like snowflakes starting to form in the sky and immediately start to melt very, very slowly. And then you once again step from out of your body, kind of like mesmerized by these steams and these snowflakes, and then you look, and before you again is the creature, this fire thing. So, Hazel,
Yes.
why do you want to be a wildfire?
Well, that's a complicated question. At first, I did it, I think, because I was told not to. And you don't know me. Or maybe you do. I'm not really sure. Whatever. I am notorious for doing things I'm not supposed to, which is obviously how we ended up in this situation.
You sense from this being a sort of smile. Not that, again, nothing perceptible to you. You just see a fire column in a vaguely humanoid shape and 2 blue crystals, but you sense like that if it could
Positive
smile, it
affectation.
would. Yeah.
But I found that as I actually became a wildfire druid and was able to actually do things with fire, that there's just a passion there. I think it was always meant to be that way. And I think that it actually really wasn't just me rebelling. It was the druid I was supposed to be. I mean, you have to have a sign about what kind of druid you're going to be, right? You don't just wake up one day and are like, I'm going to be this kind of druid. Like, I'm pretty sure you have to be called to being a certain type of druid. But I don't know. I mean, who's to say? I guess you wouldn't know anybody else's experiences except for your own. But for me, I was pretty sure I wasn't called at first because it's kind of weird. It's very subtle. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, as I started doing stuff, I was like, oh no, wait, pretty sure I'm called to this. And then all of a sudden, I have this wildfire spirit back there. And it's so crazy because I can just like completely communicate with it. you know? And then it's like, it's got to be more than that. It can't just be because I chose to be a wildfire druid. Being a wildfire druid must have also somewhat chosen me, right?
And you see the two blue crystals, like, it's listening intently to every word, hanging on every word. And then it looks to your wildfire spirit, and it's still burning at the same speed. Make a insight or perception check.
Oh, that was a natural 1. But I have a +6, so it's a 7.
7.
Not great.
Not great, but sufficient enough to know that your wildfire spirit is diminishing, has been diminishing. Its fire is not as bright, its colors are not as strong, and its movements are not as free.
Well, that's rude. Are you doing this?
I agree, that is rude. No.
Hey,
I am
are
not.
you doing this?
I am not the one doing this. And
Well-
jump right back to your body. Picking up back into your ape form. You're up. Oh no, that's not true. God, I keep forgetting. It's the elemental's turn. Matt, I need you to roll me a d6, please.
2.
Roll again.
Already
1.
did 2.
1. Okay. I need you to make... So, the creature, as you come in, or as you start to form ice, and this cold temperature starts to form in the side of the room, you gain its attention, and you see it starts to burn a little brighter, and it just follows you with its gaze as you move to the back of the room. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Is like an attack or a spell or
23.
23. You succeed. You feel that your the manacles, the prisoners' bands that you have, start to weigh a little heavier, and like you feel like these chains start to form. Like you don't. There's nothing forming, but you feel like chains are starting to form to the ground and pulling you. But then you just kind of like grip your hand tighter around your weapon, and you just pull, and you succeed.
concern.
And you see the creature burn brighter in anger. Hazel, you're up.
Okay, I am going to use my mushrooms, whether it's a bonus action or an action, to now relay the information, the things that keep happening to the rest of my party members, because now I've decided it is not Augie messing with me. This is actually happening, and I am now annoyed by it.
Nobody receives any information.
Oh, awesome.
You hear
So-
you hear Hazel complaining and explaining stuff, but like the message is jumbled. It's like a word salad. It
She's
like
having a
just
stroke.
Like, yes, she's
Maybe
having
she's having a
communicating these
stroke.
things, but she's having like a stroke. Like it's nonsense.
I don't speak ape.
Any
This is a
nouns
bad
are
time.
completely out of the form.
Do I know that they can understand me or no?
No, you know that like you're trying to say the words, but you say a different word, and
Ah.
you go to like
Toast. No,
Yeah.
not toast. I don't mean toast. I mean toast. Toast. Damn it. Toast. Fuck.
All right, well, I'll scream in frustration, and then if that's a free action,
That's a free
and
Peanut butter jelly.
then well, I'm just gonna attack
Where you at?
again.
go for it. Way yet.
Now there you go.
You can
Oh,
only emote in the context of Outcast's lyrics.
That one was a 6, so I know it didn't help, or it didn't hit. Excuse
That does not hit. No.
me. And that one's a 13. So,
13 does not hit either.
and then I'm gonna look back at my little wildfire spirit. Do I get anything from it?
What are you trying to perceive from it?
I'm trying to perceive whether it wants to attack or not.
Make an insight check.
Your head's a mimic, Pete.
Yeah, I was just, like, oh, that was cool. Kind of went
Oh,
with my
24.
hoodie there.
Ooh!
It's not that it doesn't want to attack. It doesn't want to listen to you.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
it's attacking.
You need more badges.
So it is going to attack. Let's see, what is it? I'm going to tell it to do a flame seed.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Used to be so cute and cuddly. Fuck you.
Yeah.
A 10. This is not going well for me.
A 10 is not sufficient.
Awesome.
You sense pain, isolation. You sense resentment. You sense fear
That's
and
rude.
confusion. And all of that is directed towards you from your wildfire spirit.
That is really rude. So, that stupid bitch.
This is absolutely.
We'll see how this
terrible.
goes. We'll see how this goes in the future. I was so nice to you.
What do you mean in the future? You're dying here.
You know who
No, I'm
wouldn't
an
do
ape
this?
now.
Willow.
I've got another 19 hit points, okay?
Yeah,
You gotta
and
take 20 to kill
and
me
a bird
now.
that's mad at you. Yes.
Augie, you are up.
Well,
Do you
shit.
think I'm gonna allow Hazel to die?
I
No.
don't think you have a choice.
I've almost died multiple times before.
As
If
Marco
Hazel's meant to
erases the
die,
20
she's
hit
meant to
point.
die.
Oh my god.
You know, it's
This is fucked up,
unfortunate.
dude. This is insane to me.
She gets herself into a lot of pickles. So
I believe wholeheartedly. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and Hazel just said some insane nonsense to us. I don't think I have any like magic I can use to heal. Certainly not to heal. And the only rune I have still available to activate is completely irrelevant for this. Is there any? Nope. I guess I'm attacking. Right, Hazel, don't know what you're saying, but just keep focusing on what you gotta focus on. I'll try and help you out as best I can later. And I got a whopping, and I mean whopping, 9.
Does not hit.
Oh, well, sorry, It was the 9 on this thing was like something else,
Solid 9.
Mm-hmm.
Big
For
9.
sure. Big 9.
Big 9.
Hey, highest digit you can get, alright?
Without going into the doubles.
Excuse you.
You know, they call 9s a Kentucky 11.
Boom. What do you got? Come on.
What?
It's a joke about rating people based on their attractiveness, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because in Kentucky, apparently, there's not that many attractive people. Although 9's pretty freaking solid.
That is pretty freaking solid.
Yeah.
yeah, but all the 10s are from Tennessee.
Hey.
If we're making
Yeah.
puns, then
No.
when Hazel gets in a pickle, Marco relishes it.
Hey.
Hey.
Sabir.
There's something else in there.
I will, as a bonus action, the false life that was on Shun, like from him, like little remnants remain, because I'm sure you've gotten hit somewhat where that temporary
He
hit
hasn't
points is
gotten
gone.
hit.
I don't think Sean's gotten hit at all.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
just
from the
roll
Hero's
hitting.
Feast.
No. I casted false life on him at the very, very beginning of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's taken any hit points from that.
Okay,
Oh.
so a little bit of either remnants or whatever comes to, and one of my ghosts comes out and comes right up to the boss. And then as that is happening, I'll kind of like look under and like, Shun, can you make the ice thing hit the thing?
Oh, no, I don't know. This is the first.
Okay, well, if you could do ice, let me know. And I'll just like, because it's on fire, right? I'll just go in for like just a swipe on the short sword, and then as I'm doing that, I'll unleash incarnation, and they will take an attack as well.
Go for it.
Oh, exciting.
That's a 14.
14 does not hit.
Which I believe
What?
misses.
Dude, but that's so much more than what I rolled.
Yep.
And then
That's crazy.
the other one was a 2, so that also misses.
That's no, come on, buddy.
It goes and just clink cling. The fire shoots it back a little bit.
Probably this stupid short sword.
Anything else?
I'll put the scimitar away, and I'll grab the spear.
Okay.
You have the orbs?
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 orbs.
Cool.
Do
Do I see that he has the orbs?
Well, he walked in with them in hand, and I don't know. Did you put them away
I mean,
to
I
draw
was,
your
I
swords?
was next
They're
to the big
underneath.
thing, so I don't
They're
know.
underneath my chainmail.
You saw him put them underneath his chainmail.
Nice. Some fake
All right.
And big ol' orbs underneath his chin.
Yeah.
Alright.
2 big orbs, voluptuous
Gotcha.
orbs.
on.
The best orbs.
Really
Shun.
filling out those boulders.
Mm-hmm. They
Um,
bring in the boys to the yard. Dungeon, as it
Shun.
were.
Shun is gonna try his very best to shoot out ice, but fails. But is gonna come and again, wrong one, and come and do a drive-by. 2 attacks with his dagger.
Oh wait, fucking rolling with advantage. Damn it. Flank.
Ooh, that's a
No, not advantage. You get a +3.
Or-
Or plus-
18 on the first, and a natural 20 on the second.
Both of them hit.
Okay, so let's do the 18 first. I'm gonna save the sneak attack for the natural 20. So that's a D4 plus 2. 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Okay, and then this is gonna be 2d4 plus 4d6. I'm glad I brought out that other set of dice.
Look at us.
It's 4d6. And then, do I not get the +2 on this one?
If you use your +2
On the first one.
for dexterity on the first one, you don't get it on the second one.
Okay, then I won't get +2 on this one. All right. So that's gonna be a whopping. All right.
It's a big 9.
We got 9,
Ooh.
10, 11,
Called
12,
it.
13, 14, 15, 16,
Oh.
17 more damage.
Damn.
17. How would you like to do this?
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
yeah.
Let's go.
So Shun, again, trying to shoot out this ice, and as he slices through the back of the calf, the fire entity falls, and he just jabs the what he thinks is the dagger into the neck is actually one of the ice spikes from like his elbow. He just kind of gets in there and tries to shove it through. Nobody pulls my fucking chains,
Ooh.
and then rips it down.
The embers of the charcoal creature all immediately go out, and you see this big black mass, and it just crumbles and falls. And behind you, Hazel, your wildfire poof
Oops.
vanishes, and you see a small little ember coal in its place. And once again, time stands still, and you go to see, like, you take like a step towards your wildfire spirit or the remaining coal of it, and everyone once again starts to like go in slow motion. You see the creature crumbling down slowly, and you see the apparition appear again.
What have you done?
Me?
Yes.
Honey,
Why would you do this?
the only person who's been doing anything here is you.
I was forced to come in here. I was forced to do this. I was forced to bring my friends here. Why would you do this?
You were forced to do nothing of the sort, dear.
Oh, come on.
You
We
said
both
you
know I was
wanted to be
forced
part
to
of
be
the
here.
wildfire. You said you wanted to continue it. You connected with its spirit. And yet, and the entity sort of like looks at the remainder of your wildfire. What's its name?
What's its name?
The part of your soul that you have given to the wildfire, the part of you, and the being moves up and it becomes a little more corporeal now, and you see these sort of like flame hands go and pick up the charcoal. You've shown it, not given it shape, you've not given it life, you've not given it love. She blows some fire on it, and you see the smallest flicker start to appear. And she approaches you and starts to hand you the charcoal piece.
Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to be serious. What? Why are you handing this to me? Look. Why are you doing this?
I am trying to show you what is required to walk the path of the wildfire. Do you know why we call ourselves to circles? Do you know why the term circle is necessary? Do you know why we use it?
Do I actually know? Should I
Make
have
a
known
history
that from
check.
my studies?
You can make a history,
Okay.
arcana, or nature check, or history or arcana, one of the two. I'll even say religion as well if you want. One of those three.
Okay, I'll just do a history check. 15.
15. You think back to some of your lessons, fundamentals of being a druid and joining the sort of lifestyle, because not every individual that's born into the colony is like called to the higher purposes of being a druid. Some of them kind of retain as like a lower sort of part of the community. Circles are representations of connection, unity, of understanding all parts of life and the way that everything in the universe and the natural world and unnatural world are connected to each other. Circles are about understanding all living organisms, things that are natural, things that are unnatural, things that are healthy and safe, and things that are broken, damaged, and all that. It's about connection. It's about the circle of life.
Yes, I know why it is called a circle.
Then it seems that you have forgotten that meaning and your duties. And she blows a little more into your wildfire, and it gains a little more light.
What have I done that has made me not be a part of of the circle? I mean, I know I don't have a mentor, but that's why I'm here. That's why I started all of this.
And that is why I am here as well. To show you that it's okay to fail and make mistakes and not be aware, but that you also must be willing to learn. And you start
But
to
what if
see kind of like a form take place, a little more humanistic, like humanoid features start to take place, but very little.
what have I done though that makes me not willing to learn? Where have I gone wrong?
And she takes your hand and she puts the coal into your hand. Just because you've made mistakes does not mean that you've done anything wrong. It just means that you haven't learned.
So what? I didn't name my wildfire spirit,
You didn't
and that's
give your wildfire spirit the due reverence that a living creature deserves.
well, I loved it, and it loved me. We talked. Does that not count for anything?
It counts for something, but a deeper love and connection is necessary. This is part of your soul. You are walking a very difficult path, but I will be here to help you once you come to me.
And how do I find you? You keep disappearing.
I will help you from afar along the way to make your path to where I am. But you must also put in your effort, which you have done. The problem is, and I have been observing you from afar since you decided your circle, coming to the planescape, the interconnections of the prime material plane and the elemental planes is the best way that we can communicate in this manner. You have, she smiles a little bit, familiarly put yourself in a situation that is quite difficult. With no prior instruction as to what the wildfire are, you have been working at a disadvantage. Give your wildfire life. Give your wildfire love. Give your wildfire a spirit. You have it in you. And it was the right decision. When you connected to the plane, when you connected to the circle, we sensed it. And instantly we knew that you are one of us. Despite what the unfortunate fallout of your decision with your mother colony was. The more that you connect to it, the more that you can connect to all of us. But because you have had such a difficult start, your path will be more difficult overall.
You know, I highly doubt that. I kind of find trouble anywhere I go, if you haven't picked up on that.
Oh, we've picked up on it.
Yeah. Is that a wildfire thing or a haze?
No, that's just you.
Okay.
That's just
I had
you.
a bad feeling.
No, some of
about
us are actually
that.
quite exemplary and really, really good at what we do. You're just really having a tough time, girl.
Yeah. Well, before you go, can I ask you a question?
Please?
Why did you become a wildfire druid?
We'll save that for one of the lessons when you get to me.
How did I know you weren't going to answer that question? See, I told you so much. You're not
Because-
chatty.
I'm here to guide first. We can become friends later.
Well, guiding involves chatting. See, you've already helped me. I didn't know I was supposed to name this and make it a shape. I mean, I thought just loving it was enough. So, see, you're helping me already, so we should chat.
So here's what you will do next. I'll give you this one. Place the embers of your wildfire into the remains of its elemental connection to bring it back to life. And then your journey will begin. And I fear it will be a bit challenging, but I believe in you.
So I place it with the big pound of
Yeah, the big pound of...
monster that
Yep, that-
we just destroyed.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. So we weren't supposed to do that. That was bad.
Well, you know, decisions can be made for everyone. You know, you it was your way to figure it out, and you figured it out one way or another.
One more question. Sorry. How do I get out of here?
She disappears,
Ugh.
and everything goes back to normal.
Don't worry, I'll put the fire out. Give me 1 second.
Sabir, please put the spheres into the thing with the stuff.
And then you're just gonna hear me in ape form start screaming at the top of my lungs, and I'm like holding my hands, and I assume that there's not actually something in my hand, or did she actually?
Something actually in your hands.
Okay, I'm
at
gonna
this
start
moment.
screaming in ape form, and then I will become Hazel again. Grab, and then tell them all to stop. Grab my little ember from my thing, and I'm gonna run over and place it on the big pound of monster.
And
Pound, anything. Yeah, that.
as you do that, everything kind of condenses and comes to light, and your wildfire is once again back as it should be.
My sweet baby angel, I missed you. Do not define me again. But we're gonna talk on the name thing and the creature thing. And all this, by the way, is out loud where they all hear me, and I'm just gonna keep on. And we'll talk on that. I feel like you'll let me know if something that I come up with you're like feeling or not feeling. So I'm gonna think on this, but we are gonna decide this before the end of the unless you have, other opinions, or we can sit here and wait if you prefer for me to decide now, and then we can leave. How are you feeling?
It just like nuzzles up close to you, and you feel like a connection again, and love and care.
Oh.
And
I love you too.
It seems to agree with whatever your course of action is.
Okay, we'll decide together. You think on it, and I'm gonna think on it. Now, we gotta think on how the heck to get out of here. Also, did you hear that chick? Or was it just me? Oh, she just disappears all the time. But she brought you back to me, so, it's fine. She seems to know what she's talking about, so all love because she brought me back to you, which you little stinker.
Through this
Don't do that
monologue,
again.
It bursts into flame.
Yeah.
The three of you, Shun, Augie, and Sabir, you all wake up in your pools again. And you look and you see that Hazel is not in her pool.
Her physical body is not there?
Her physical body is not in her pool. And you see, standing over you all, you see Zahira along with the other druids. And they're just like, you have returned.
Why do you look concerned?
Because you all woke up, and she burst into flames and disappeared.
What do you mean she burst into flames and disappeared?
I mean,
Pardon?
there was a big ball of fire, and she's no longer there, and you are all awake. What happened?
So you were watching us, and then Hazel just went, "Pardon me," while I burst into flames, and now we are awake.
Yes.
Were we like thrashing?
No, you are still as anyone who goes to the interconnectivity of the planes does.
Right.
She was talking pretty crazy there at the end.
It's true. She wasn't making any sort of sense.
We
Um,
we will not panic. We will go in and look for her.
Has this
and-
happened before?
No. No, this is not
Insight
happened.
check.
Roll. I'm gonna roll regardless if she's telling the truth or lying.
Don't worry about it. unless you want to try to beat a 5.
Can you beat a 5, Marco?
She looks genuinely concerned. This has very clearly never happened before, and she's worried.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We have gone into the elemental planes, though we don't generally venture into. Well, if she stays into the nexus of the interconnectivity of the planes, it should be fine. But
Is that what that place was?
in a manner of speaking, it is one of many nexuses that connects the elemental planes, but it is not a place that exists. It's a place that we create,
In the lobby of the lobby.
so to speak.
So you guys created that giant health spawn of fire?
No, we facilitated its creation. The form that it takes is dependent on the object, the subject of the world. So, whatever you all saw in there, we have no idea. It
Put
was
us back. Easy as
Hazel's
that.
making.
I will go back in the water.
Before we get there, let us describe it to you. It was... How tall would you say? Roughly 20? 15?
For flavor, I'll make myself large again.
Hmm.
I'll say probably about this, but maybe a bit more.
Bigger?
Oh,
Plus the fire. So I guess if you add, like, my hair doesn't go as high as the fire was. So
And we all know Hazel. She's pretty intense. Is that normal?
no.
You're going to need to send a lot of people out to get her.
well, you did pretty well in killing it.
Yeah, but that was a whole thing. I had ice and it wasn't real. At least I don't think, but now it apparently is.
Or something else is going on. When we left, it was dead, so she's probably okay. And she specifically told us to stop trying to put out what was left of the embers.
Right.
Which
then she
makes me
ran up to
wonder,
it.
did she like become this thing? Or is now she part of this crazy
Is
druid
she a
fire
big
thing?
fire thing now?
I don't know.
She was talking like gibberish. Is that a thing that happens? Did she have a stroke?
Can you send us back?
I maybe.
You're not sure? Like we might not end up in the same place?
We don't have her body to be the conduit to the location of where her planescape is. If
So
she
you're
stays-
going in to venture and take a look around.
We are going to go to our interconnectivity places and seek out the other elemental planes and see if we can access those points and look for her. But imagine if
I'm good at that. I can imagine things.
Yeah, can imagine a lot more now.
yeah,
Mhm.
we will do our best to find her. But this is not something that has happened. We don't. Wildfire druids are not. It is not a circle that is for the lighthearted or a common place. It is a higher calling, and we have no experience with this.
Higher calling.
Cool.
You have no experience, but you built
Do we
this.
know anybody that does?
I think they mean they have no experience with specifically this variety of druid circle.
Correct. We
You guys seem to have like not a lot of experience with a lot of things that we are dealing with.
well, you're
If it
not
makes you feel any
commonly
better,
the
and
visitors that we receive.
I understand that the primary concern right now is Hazel alive and okay, but I had only barely heard of the Kaya druids, and I specifically make my business finding out about ancient ruins and such. This is not exactly meant to be a common experience dealing with whatever Hazel's come from. Not to speak on behalf of potentially people that we are developing further and further animosity towards, given how things are playing out. But admittedly, this is by its own nature strange for the mere sake of where she comes from.
Yes.
That being said, I'm also willing to jump back in if that helps.
Qu-
Yes.
Question, actually. I had an interesting experience. These planes. Is there a limit to what can and cannot cross? Like, we being mortal on this planet, this plane, we can go there, but are there, like, entities that... Let's just say I had a run-in with a deity.
Oh,
Is that normal?
this happens to
And
you
why
guys
would
a
he
lot.
be there?
You've run into a deity, the other one's seeing messages from the god of death, and the other one comes from a hidden druid circle, and then on top of that is part of the most rare circle within the sub-circles. What are you people?
One of the less common ones, yes. As far as the gods,
You're rather nonchalant about all this.
Listen, they're kind of jerks, the gods, they're not as much as...
you
I'll let you talk to the bastard if I ever get a chance.
you said you found a god?
He more than likely found me. He said, "Stop wasting time." I don't think it was under my control, really. That you couldn't have made like an easier setting?
We're not the ones that made it. Hazel was the one that made it. Well,
What the fuck is wrong with Hazel? It was so cramped. Fuck. I'm sorry.
that was the
I
purpose
wish
of this, is to help her figure her path out.
But what the fuck? That have to make me so sad, so nervous.
Play with fire, get burned, I guess. It
yeah.
is not uncommon for it would make sense that higher beings would be able to travel plane to plane at will. That is not
Okay.
that is not unforeseen, but I've never heard of anyone having that experience.
Well,
The waters
welcome.
intertwined everybody.
we've never seen somebody burst into flames either, but hey, it's a first for a lot of things.
You lot have an insane experience of reality. I just hope
You
you
have
know
no
this.
idea.
I truly don't.
I would much rather have a normal existence.
And,
Goodness.
you know,
Here's what I think we should do. Go back to your dwelling, rest to the best of your abilities. We will come up with a plan. We will discuss it, ask the elders, and we will come back to you when we decide to go into the planescape and see if we can find her. For those of you who want to go back in.
I'd like to stay here, maybe watch over where she stayed, in case she happens to come back up.
Very well.
sure.
Okay.
I guess make haste.
Yes. And she goes to turn around, and as she's leaving, like reaching the exit, fire bursts once more, and Hazel pops up. And that's where we're going to take a break. Okay.
Life is life.
As the Zahira starts to make her way out, there's a burst of flame where Hazel's body once was and now is again, and she pops up breathing for you all. But for the moment, we're going to take a little bit of a rewind. Hazel, you place the charcoal back down into the ashes of the giant elemental, and a burst of flame takes everyone away. You, however, are transported to the fire plane. There is, for as far as the eye can see, you stand on this precipice of this giant volcano spewing smoke and magma, rivers of lava and magma crossing down either side of this cliffside that you stand upon. And for as far as the eye can see, you see mountains of smoke. You see fire. There is vegetation. There is vegetation in certain pockets and areas. And you see before you this giant scape of flame. And it's not like a hellscape. It's not like it's dreary. There is heat, and it is oppressive, but there is also life. There is vibrancy. And as you adjust a little bit, you see that some of the smoke, it's not all just black smoke. You see reds and blues, you see purples and yellows, you see greens and oranges. You see elementals transporting, moving around, flying. From beside you, a giant elemental burrows from out of the ground and digs back in like a dolphin going through the water. And beside you is your wildfire spirit. Do they look like they used to, or have they taken on a new shape?
I'll look down at my wildfire spirit and be like, huh. This place is pretty cool, isn't it? You know, I feel like this, I don't know, just feels like home. What do you think, Holly? I'll kind of look at the wildfire spirit to kind of like gauge how she's like in the name, he or she. I'm not quite sure at this point. It's never really been decided. And I kind of like look at my wildfire spirit and I'm like, Holly?
It
And
bursts with positive feeling.
and then at that, like, because she likes the name and now I figured out she gets even smaller. And she has this tiny little body and these enormous ears that are like about the size of her body, and she can flip them like any which way. So like, you know, she'll keep them down, but then when like something happens, she like flips them up. You know, she's on high alert. And when her back is mostly smooth, but you can like when she gets to be like anxious or tense or anything happening, she gets little spikes, like a little mohawk.
Is
Straight down her little back.
Is she on is she on 2 legs or 4 legs?
She's on 2 legs.
Okay.
But like she could, like she's got 4, so she could go down and be on 2
So
and like
when
walk,
she moves,
but
she's on 4. Like if she's trying
when
to
she
run,
moves, she's on 4.
when she's
but
trying
she
to run, she goes
perches.
on 4.
Yeah, but she perches on 2.
So like a bunny
this.
sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, like a bunny.
Nice.
Like a rabbit.
Wow,
like a,
she
like
does look a lot like a bunny, and I wasn't even thinking about a bunny, so that's really
that worked
funny.
out.
Yes.
I'm imagining
Yes.
like a rabbit crossed with a lizard sort of thing. 'Cause she's got like a smooth back.
Yes, it's like smooth, but then when she gets upset, she gets like little mohawk, but they're like pointy.
Oh, a
spiky.
huñeque.
You need to look.
A
It's like a
chupacabra.
nyeke with big ears.
Yeah.
You need to look
that's
up
so cute.
Cyndaquil.
Okay.
Because I'm imagining like Cyndaquil, but
Yes.
instead it has a small nose and big ears.
I'll do that.
Bec- because this sounds like Cyndaquil.
And then she's still red and like orange. She's still very much like is like a little ball of fire. She's just a little ball of fire with like a shape.
Gotcha. Cool.
You're so cute.
It like she hops up with like joy, and like her ears go, they like go up, and then you go down to pet her, and her ears like flatten behind her, and she just leans into your hand.
I just love that you're so little and you can do so much damage. Oh. This is why we get along so well.
The-
I swear, it's like you're a part of me. Oh, that's right. You are.
The fire on its back like lights on her back lights up, and she kind of like bounces around with joy.
Okay, just like start dancing around with her,
As
just
you're
like
dancing,
happy as can be.
and this area is, you know, you see the expanses of the elemental fire plane. You see something approaching you, something small, and its flight pattern is like it's trying to fly, and then it dips, and then it tries to bring itself back up, and it dips, and it brings itself back up. And there's no fear. You receive, and you see this sort of like butterfly with like a damaged wing, and instinctually you just kind of like bring this fire to your hands, and you heal it, and it flies away. And as it flies away, you see behind you the presence of the fire thing, creature, person that was in the planescape of the maze. So, you've made it to the fire elemental planes.
Guess so.
Welcome.
Thanks. Look at Holly.
And you've named her already.
Yeah, she liked Holly, and then she took this cute little shape.
Well, I think it is very well done. She is very beautiful.
Thanks. I think so too.
Your path has been tumultuous and chaotic, and it will continue to be so. You are not quite well synchronized with this plane just yet, but I will be helping you with that. And what looks like a leg comes out, and she slams it down, and beside you, this staff pulls out of the cliffside. It is a stone, like black stone spiral staff that at the top breaks open to like kind of like, imagine if you took like 4 antlers and put them on either side, and then in the center a stone of onyx, or rather, sorry, obsidian, solidified glass stone magma. And then as you go to grab it, it like turns a bright orange, and then it like subsides a little bit and gives a small glow. This will hopefully assist you on your journey.
Thanks. What does it do?
That is for you to discover on your trails.
Oh, cool.
Uh-oh.
But just to clarify, I shouldn't use it on my friends, right? Bad.
No, you certainly can use it on your friends.
Cool.
The beauty of fire is that as much as it can take life and destroy, it can also renew life and heal and build. And she like kind of like stands beside you to the cliffside and points down, and she sees, do you see the flourishing forest below? And while there is magma and lava kind of like pouring around and stuff like that, you notice that because of the volcanic ash, there is a very prevalent population of vegetation in the area.
Yeah, I see it.
You must learn to use both sides of the wildfire. That which gives life, and that which takes it away. Become familiar, become in love with this place. You're on your...
Well, I think I'm already in love with it, so I'll work on the becoming familiar part.
Well, you are going to become one of its protectors and keepers.
I can't wait!
Now, I will assist you this once, but I have a limited ability to do so, at least until I train you up. And this hand comes out, and it touches your forehead, and you burst away, and back into the Ramil Druid community, in the pool from which you once slept. The city
Hazel!
is yours.
Yeah.
Hazel, where'd you go?
Oh.
Oh
I
no,
like-
she's lost her mind.
No, I didn't lose my mind.
We have to do this quickly.
But what do you mean quickly?
You're not funny.
I thought that was a little bit funny.
I know.
Well, I'll tell y'all about it when we get back to the room. It was crazy though.
Are you? Does Hazel still look worse for the wear?
Does Hazel still look worse
Yeah.
for the wear? Yeah, as far as like, yes, she still looks worse for the wear.
Okay.
Okay.
In,
I
in
forgot
that
to do a
case,
thing, but it's fine. She's fucking wrecked.
okay. In that case, I will touch the water that she lays in, and I will
Take
cast Cure Life or Cure Wounds. And so you see from my hand, basically blue greenish water, blue green light emanate from my wrappings, and then surrounding the pool, and you gain 28. Hell yeah, 5 health. But hey, it's more than you had.
Thanks, Sabir.
No problem. I told you I was supposed to protect you.
And you have. You all have. So thank you so much for going with me. That was fun.
No.
I had
what?
a great time.
You had a
good
great
for
time.
you.
Care to
Yeah.
explain, just so as far as we need to know in terms of urgency, is anything gonna burst into flames and come out of the water after you?
No.
Okay, alright. Alright.
I mean, maybe
can-
Holly, but aside from Holly, probably not.
What's
And I
Holly?
don't think Holly's gonna do that. Holly's my
Yeah.
welfare spirit.
Oh. I didn't realize, she, you said?
Mhm.
I didn't realize she had a name.
I didn't either. It
oh,
just happened. It was crazy.
is that where you went? To speak with Holly?
No, Holly just came with me. But then, like, looking around and seeing everything and just feeling at home, we just really bonded. And then I got a sense that she liked the name Holly, and then she did. And then as soon as I called her Holly, she took her shape. It was so cute.
I'm pretty sure those are the classic signs of drowning. You were hallucinating. You were under the water for too long.
But she
No,
wasn't.
no.
But she wasn't there.
Well, we didn't see her body. We don't know how deep that pool is.
I have no. Well, alright.
So where did you go?
I'll tell you all about it later.
Oh, that's
Now,
right.
how have you guys been? What have you been up to since we last saw each other? Just hanging out in here?
Waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I guess it was
Yeah.
more like strategizing about how to go get you. But,
Oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna
a
come
lot
get
of
me?
that.
How sweet.
I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
they were, and then they decided they were going to hang back and wait to see if you would come back.
Are
So-
the other druids still in the room?
They are in the room, and they're just kind of
Okay.
like some of them are staring at you. Some of them are kind of like whispering and discussing with each other, and like you see that they want to come and like ask you questions. The hero's trying to keep them back and just like, hey, she's with her friends. Kind of like give her a second. Like she's here, she's safe. We can take her a second.
All right. Well, you're a little hungry. Do you want to go get something to eat? Maybe chat.
Starts to decrease.
Hello.
fucking sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that works. For me.
Mhm.
What? What is it, Augie?
What?
No, it's just like the. I feel like again I have no clue what your history is. So in my mind, right? Your friend Hazel just we went into some sort of extra dimensional space. Then we come back. She had burned up, gone somewhere. We don't know. And then she pops back in again through a burst of flame, and it seems completely normal and expected and sort of mundane, and I just it isn't though is the thing, right? Because if you were to consider literally any other person on this planet isn't having a single day like this, and it's as if this happens every other day for you. So, you know,
About once a week.
once a week, and I showed up for the prime time. That's something else. That's something else.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean, Sabir. You know, it just seems like this is the proper way to react to those things. But I guess if you've been so exposed,
We are
again,
kind
I-
of
I
You know,
look
like
at
a
all the
dull
books and try
blade.
to read them.
Let
what
us
I
put
do.
it this way: when you wake up every morning under the sea, do you happen to see the sunrise, or does it get a little bit lighter? How do
I
you
mean,
how do you
sure,
tell the
yeah,
passing of time?
it's- you can tell a little bit of heat is
Cool.
more or less present, and there's certainly more or less light.
Sure.
Um,
Every cycle of that, do you not sit in awe every single moment because you realize that there's been another passing of a cycle and that you are alive again and that you are able to sustain yourself and do the things that you are passionate of? No, you have
I-
gotten used to it over your many years of life. That is where we are at. It has been just so often that
Right.
it is like, waking up and going to
Right.
sleep.
Right. It's just I suppose that's sort of the thing I'm reacting to.
Yeah.
Is specifically what you're describing.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, you'll
She-
get over that in about 2 more times.
Well,
We-
I'm looking forward to the next two, I guess.
It's an inevitability, not so much
A matter of
will
if.
it. Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I guess food then.
Food.
we worked up an appetite, Augie.
I could eat. I'm not gonna lie. I could eat.
Yeah.
It just seemed like that was more of a backseat sort of situation.
The freaking out part, yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But we can freak out while having food.
I do think that would be a better place to freak out.
It's like a comfort thing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Start
I'll take
panicking,
my cues
can't
from
talk.
I will absolutely take my cues from you. Let's go find something to
Yeah.
eat.
Let's just put it this way: if we are freaking out, you should really be freaking out.
Understood.
If we are
I'll-
calm, you're good. Everything is fine. Par for the course.
I don't think that's the fair, but I'll try and abide.
Yeah.
I'll just start laughing, like out loud, and then quietly mumble to myself, I can't believe I ever thought that he was the one that was messing with me. And then I'm just gonna, like, at that, just, like, kind of walk off towards where we, like, go to eat.
As you start walking out, Zahira just kind of like, Hazel, we are very glad that you're back and that you're safe. You're okay. Yes?
Yeah.
Would you mind, before you all leave tomorrow, sometime later today, or even tomorrow before you leave, sitting down with me and some of the elders to go over your experience?
Sure.
Wonderful.
That will give you plenty of time to find someone to take this necklace.
I'll see what I can do.
Great. Okay.
Now, Augie, how about a beer?
I'll take 3.
There
You
we
you
go.
look like you need it.
I do. You're
Yeah.
right. In fact, I'll take fewer if it's something stronger.
You'll have to find that one out.
All
Yeah.
right. Sure. That's fine. That's fine.
Should we go
I'm-
back to that one bar? Maybe see if we can pick up that one girl.
Is there more than one?
No.
You are not picking up any women. You're a married man. Seriously. Have a little respect.
Well, now I'm deeply confused.
Hold the equivalent of a
Profoundly
phone here.
It's just the most confused I could possibly be.
Hold the sending stone.
I was about to say
Hold the
sending stone. I was about to say.
Hold the sending stone here for a second. Okay.
So
Oh, booty.
I have an idea.
Oh, let us hear it.
Well, we have so much more to talk about. I have so much to tell you. So why don't we chat over food? I'm starving.
Let's do it.
Let's
Alright.
absolutely do that.
Let your nose guide us.
Well, I do have a good nose. But let's go back to that bar that you went to. I've never been there, so. And honestly, this was a crazy day.
It's still just the morning.
Well,
It's just the morning?
you
Well,
guys.
I guess I don't know how much time has passed.
Yeah, your experience in there was very brief. It was however many rounds you did it, but when you come out, like it's been a few hours.
It's been a few hours.
It's
Feels
been,
like it's been days.
yeah, it's
I agree.
Or weeks.
it's
Certainly.
been quite a few hours. It's closer to like the afternoon at this point.
Okay.
Perfect time for lunch.
You
Certainly
know I
is.
don't say no to a meal.
So you all make it out into the community. You go to, it's not so much a bar, but it's like just kind of like a more social area. It does have a bar, like that's how you would describe it. It's got a
Sure.
bar with somebody that's slinging drinks from behind it, but it's it's not like you go and you pay necessarily. It's all
Right.
a community here.
Are there like little tables where we could go and like sit
Yep.
somewhere?
Little tables.
Do I notice
How
if
little are we
anybody's-
talking about?
Come on.
Enough for one cheek.
Tarek is not here.
Okay.
Would anybody be nosing into my conversation?
Make a perception check.
Alright, I will.
Do we still have our mushrooms?
You took the mushrooms in the planescape.
Mhm.
I'll say that yeah, you still have mushrooms, but it was very little time in the planescape, so you would have it in the planescape for a long time. Actually, in the real world, it would have worn off at this point.
Okay.
But due to time dilation.
That's why it wore off.
It went the other way.
Yep. it went
We
the
need a
other way.
flux capacitor.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 9.
You notice
On
that a
the
couple of people are
mushrooms?
like their news of your journey has spread, and it's rare for people to go into the planescape to begin with. People don't do it, so it's always something it's always a topic of conversation when it does happen. But your journey in particular, because it was so odd and out of the blue and nothing like this has ever happened before, is definitely a topic of conversation. There are people that come up and they want to ask you questions about it, but you see that a lot of people are most of the people are kind of giving you space and just kind of like trying to listen in and stuff like that.
Well,
Hazel, do you feel comfortable right here with all these people?
nah, but we can eat and then we can casually talk. And maybe I
If you-
save the details for the room. Or room-like space.
Let's
that we
take the
have.
food and go. I'll grab like if there's like a buffet style situation, I'm grabbing one of the like platters and just putting a bunch of food like a busboy would do with plates, but instead just like, all right, you're coming segmented off with plates here. You're coming, you're coming, you're coming. We're going.
You load
Works
up
for me.
with a number of different things. Got a little drink carrier made out of stone. You get to
Don't forget the bucket of nuts.
Oh, hold up, come up, bucket.
I'm
come
highly
on.
allergic.
Sucks for you.
Wait,
We shall
I'll
not be
put,
kissing.
put it on. Hold on. I like turn and put the hook of my Kopesh out and just hang it on the back there. It'll be fine.
you got it. There you go.
All right, there we go. Shun's nuts. Let's go.
Yup. Finally, someone gets it.
You make it back to your
Alright.
dwelling.
Okay, so it was crazy. So at what point were you not with me anymore? Because once I wild shaped and we were all in the little room with the big fire creature, you kept going into like slow motion. Like, how do I describe it? Like slow motion was basically it. And then, this like person, I guess you would describe her. She wasn't at first. Then later she was. And she appeared and then she was talking to me as you guys were in slow motion. And I didn't know who she was at first. And then after a while, I figured out she was a wildfire druid. So what I'm not quite sure is what you guys saw. Or really anything else. I was pretty locked into myself during that, to be honest. Because after the first round, I thought Aki was messing with me. After the whole, like, me never stopping talking in the mushrooms.
The big fire thing, and you thought that I was like, oh, this seems like a good time to just fuck with someone.
I mean, maybe.
Would be a good time.
I mean, you were still fighting.
Well, I felt like that might be my priority.
Yeah, but I thought maybe you were messing with me too. But
Well,
then when
I
it happened the
appreciate-
second time and I like totally took in what was happening, I knew it wasn't you.
Well, fair. You know, I guess I appreciate that you think I have that level of, I don't know, multitasking capability potential. Not sure what that would be. Negligence toward my safety?
Nah.
You held your own in there.
Little
I
harmless
did
fun.
great.
Oops.
Oh.
All right. Look, I'm not gonna lie. That went down surprisingly well for us. But you know, again, I don't make a habit of fighting big fuck off things, right?
But you turn into a big fuck off thing.
I do. I was blessed by giants. I'm one of the people who I would think is like, oh, this is an insane sort of experience to have, but you seem to have them all the time. So to me, this is still significantly shocking, and I understand that. I'm taking a step back, but becoming the big fuck off thing and understanding the runes and how to use them, and I am trained in combat, isn't the same as just regularly fighting things. I'm an explorer. I'm like a historian, archaeologist. I'm not interested in the combat aspects as a central element of what I do, right? But this is probably the longest I've stayed in a single place without finding out some sort of like old rock to look at that I find interesting. Because instead, we have a cursed gem that prevents you from being healthy, and then we're going into extraplanar. No. This isn't about what's happening here. This is about Hazel, and as far as when we lost you, maybe it was different for you guys, but for me, it was when you yelled at us to not touch the big charcoal beast after Sean had slayed it, and then poof.
Right. That was because my wildfire spirit died. Did you see that? She went out.
I honestly, I
No.
might have been focused on other things. That does sound absolutely tragic, though. I'm deeply sorry.
So is this a new one?
No. Of course not.
So, you revived Holly?
Didn't you see me put her on the big pile of creature? Of monster
No,
creature? Fire
You just
creature?
kind of put your hands like this and over the corpse.
Right.
It-
Or maybe it was like a regular fire. How you can take embers and relight them with just a little bit of kindle.
There was nothing in her hands. I do
There
remember
was
that.
nothing in her hands, no.
Okay, well,
Did you?
I did. So she went out. I picked her up. I put her with the creature, and then she like started to get her fire back a little bit. And then I went to the fire plane, and then it was really pretty, and there was
Hold,
lava and
hold on,
fire.
hold on,
and
hold on.
Yeah.
You went to the fire plane.
yeah, that's where it was.
That's
But
absolutely
I don't really
wild.
want to like. I don't know if they know
Uh-huh.
that a wildfire druid was gonna show up and find me in there, or if they did know that. She did say I was gonna find something out, but I don't really know how much she knows.
They just kept saying that you made the maze and you made the fire creature. They just facilitated the journey.
That was the longest maze ever. Why would I have
Yeah.
made such a long maze?
You made it. And you particularly made it very narrow, which is not
Well-
cool.
I am short and small. So.
Yeah, that's true. So that's it.
I actually
Okay.
had plenty of space in the maze, to be honest.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It
Okay.
didn't really bother me.
How convenient.
What is the fire plane? I know
Oh.
regular fire.
It was like, it was, just imagine being outside, but there's
Okay.
volcanoes and lava and fire and smoke, but it's also really pretty and there are trees and greenery and it feels very comfortable. Not too hot. It's not like it's like hot and stuffy and it's not like you like can't breathe. It's very fresh and nice and perfect.
That's your experience of the fire plane.
Yes.
Not what I would have expected, to be honest.
Oh. Not at all.
I still think, Hazel, you were just suffering from hypoxia because you were drowning. But you know, it's a nice hallucination before death.
It just
I'm a
doesn't seem
wildfire
like.
druid. I'm pretty sure I can't drown.
Well, again, it seems like you do have some semblance with, or kinship with the sea folk.
Not
Yeah, you
according to
keep
that starfish
saying
she fought.
that.
You fought a starfish?
Well, attempted.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, starfish can be assholes.
They can.
Well, I was a seahorse at the
Mhm.
time.
You were
Or
something.
Brown ones?
Seahorse-like thing. It didn't. I don't think it. According to the, I don't think it quite.
It was horrifying.
We watched from the bridge. It was like a 1v1. We tried to
It
help.
was- Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Well,
a picnic.
Still some good plans.
Alright then.
Sabir invented the sandwich.
I did. I did.
What's that?
We called it the panini.
You'll have to make one for me someday.
Can I
Very
look
much
at
so.
can I look at the ingredients that he brought? And is there enough to make like a panini? Is there a panini there?
You
Or ingredients of a panini?
I
Bread plus cold cuts.
start to get these hands hot.
All right. Get this, Augie. So, you like handheld things. I mean, that is how you
Sure.
eat. Just
Yeah.
in case you don't have utensils or forks,
Mm-hmm.
you need something to, like, hold it
Practical
together.
for traveling, even.
I know. So, get this.
And I'll start making the panini. I'm like,
Sandwich. But that's not all. Finishing touch from Shan.
Incredible.
Take a bite.
Oh. Oh, that's crispy. In all the right ways.
I know.
Gooey in the right places too.
That's something else. Would you say it was called a panini?
Panini, because you
Panini.
see, there was some pain in the knee.
Sure. When you
And-
made it, because you had to get on your knees to do the thing.
Oh no, from the
No.
the fight with the.
Oh, right, yeah, because this was after
Yeah.
combat, and you said it was on the sand. Hence the
No, that was
sandwich.
by the water. This was
That was
before
by the
we even
water.
got here. Yeah.
I see. Well, that's something else. I gotta say, that's honestly, you should lead with that. That'll make you friends everywhere. This is incredible. Absolutely.
Lead with the
incredible.
panini.
Cheers to you, lads.
Panini. Pan.
Pen or pain.
I could make it with two pans. Why do I need my hands?
Well, it
It'd be a
seems
hand nini.
more efficient. Handy. Doesn't have the same ring to it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, pan.
I'll quickly start making like 3 more for all of us.
Yes.
Well, I can only do
Just-
it once. So
Oh,
we just remember
Well-
we cut it into thirds.
We have Holly.
True.
I do have holly.
True.
I also let's see.
Let's get
see
Holly
what
involved
else
in some of
we
the
can
cooking,
do.
eh? I'm not just
Hmm.
excited for more paninis. That's not what's happening.
Oh, I can produce flame
That'll do it.
out of my hands.
That's what we need.
so
Oh, maybe we'll get
I'll
like a
produce a little
roasted,
bit of flame.
like an extra roasted version. That would be good.
See,
the-
Sean is like premium chef. I am like survival chef.
Both are
Innovative.
fantastic.
And if you don't mind, when I make my restaurant, I would love to put this on the menu, but only if you give me permission.
I
Oh,
would
creator
always
of the
give you.
panini.
I would always give you permission.
Okay.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Really is.
Well, he makes fine food for us. Why would I not?
That's, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I don't want to go to his restaurant one day and be like, oh, look, there's a beer. He, rejected my offer to make his panini here. Let me
I would
shit on his
never
food.
tell that story at least 100 times.
At least.
There would never be a mural of you on the wall that says what could have been, and underneath a wooden effigy of a panini. Never.
You do not get on the bad side of Hazel. Do not get bad on the bad side of Sean.
You do not.
Generally, I try to avoid getting on the bad side of anyone, but I can't say I'm particularly skilled in that.
At least
Cheers,
not with
Hazel.
these two.
Cheers.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm glad
think
to
I
see
get
you're alive. It sounds exhilarating that you went to the fire plane. Your description of it is absolutely unexpected, and that is where Holly sort of came to life.
Yes. I think she felt at
Phenomenal.
home.
Did you get the name of whatever it was that you were seeing before? Was it Holly, but like in the future or something?
Oh no. I'm pretty sure she's my wildfire druid mentor. If not, then I
didn't-
totally read that conversation wrong.
You have a teacher.
Yeah, I think so. She did say she would help me, and that's the only reason I got back is because she zapped me back here. But yeah, she said she would help me, but that I have a long path, a long
Wait, did you have to make some kind of promise?
No.
Okay, you're fine.
Why would I
Sorry.
make a promise?
Listen.
She came to me.
You know? Yep.
Yeah,
That's-
that you know what,
yes.
Sean? That makes sense actually. I also had to make a promise.
Same with Sabno. He came to me.
Hmm.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
But I did not promise him anything.
I did.
So, well, be careful when you go to talk to him. You might have to make a promise. Just make sure it's like equal on both sides. Yeah. And that
Of
you get
course.
like all the details because when you're in a pickle and yeah, what crazy shit can happen.
I am like one of the greatest negotiators. Look how we did with the test, with the boon.
That's right.
You mean? Yeah.
Well, also, she told me I should be using my fire for both healing and hurting. I'm pretty sure that's what she meant by it, because I do like to hurt people with fire. Oh, creatures of all sort, actually, not just people. I've actually really not run into very many people in my lifetime. Creatures in general. And then she gave me the staff. And I pull a little staff out.
Oh yeah.
I have it here, right? It did travel with me.
It did travel
wasn't
with you.
Okay, yeah.
The
And then she gave me this.
The planescape is like a dream sort of area that is a conduit between the planes, but when you go to another plane, it's the same as being on the prime material plane.
Okay.
Do I recognize that staff as anything?
Make an Arcana check. Or a religion check.
Okay. Arcana or religion?
So you got some cool swag.
Yeah, but I feel like she gave it to me intentionally.
I would hope so.
And then I asked her if I shouldn't use it on my friends, and like
19.
what it did, and
19.
Mhm.
You are absolutely certain you've never seen anything like this before. As far as what she's saying about how she got it, you remember things about the Great Punishment, stuff that you've researched about the Great Punishment, and safeguarders of different planes, and stuff like that. So,
Okay. I convey vague information. You know, it's from all the things I've seen, best I can conjure up is that this is deeply ancient, or at the very least, it is akin to something deeply ancient. And well, being from the extraplanar nature, there is some sort of similar to the druids here, actually, is a sort of guardian, protective sort of association. Is the closest I can come up with for what this thing might be. Sorry, were you guys talking about something else? I got distracted with ancient relics.
oh,
Oh.
just if I asked her if I could use it on my friends, and she didn't say no. So that makes me think it's not bad.
I am glad that that's what you think.
Hazel,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guardian of fire. Yeah, that was pretty.
I do prefer that to
Hazel.
the Butcher of Fingers.
The fire starter.
Oh, that's also good.
That's where I feel like if we go down the middle of this path. So let's hope for the guardian part.
Hmm.
But I think we should figure out what this thing does.
Go away.
Certainly.
Um,
All right.
I guess
do you-
think good thoughts.
Do you need like a target?
Don't do
I
me.
don't know.
But if
Okay.
it's fire, can't you kind of handle that pretty well?
Sure, but you know, I got the necklace.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Come here.
Are you?
Do
are
I
you
still
hurt,
don't have this.
Sabir?
Not at all.
I still have
I
the
take a seat.
I still have stone
pass
skin
over
or
the
no?
nuts.
you still have a what?
Do I still have stone skin or no?
Nope. That was in the hellscape, in the planescape.
Gotcha. All
I
right.
put my shield in front of me and I just kind of lean on it.
Okay.
I'll get
And
to
I-
take some nuts before they are too roasted.
Ooh, great, good,
I,
good
uh,
idea.
Yeah.
I put the shield out in front of me and just kind of hold it with both hands and like, give it all you got.
All right. And I'm gonna pick up the staff and just like point it.
A incredibly brilliant, bright light emanates from the stone on the staff, blinding all of you.
Crap.
Not like
Sorry.
actually mechanically blinding you,
Oh, okay.
but you cast the daylight spell.
Oh shit.
So
Ah! Oh
That's a
god!
lot. That's a lot. Maybe
I
turn
can
it
see
off.
everything.
How do you turn it off? Oh
Yeah,
my
that-
god!
Everything and nothing.
Pretty much.
I just hold the shield out like in front of my face, like it's so bright.
yeah. So daylight spell right now.
Great. Hazel, can
Just
you,
outside the
can
tent,
do
you just see.
something? Yeah.
Just a big old.
Okay, so it just like basically is a really bright light. Is
Yep.
that what it essentially does? Okay.
Well, that's what this spell does.
Okay. Tricky. I'll just take the cover my eyes and take it and like put it back down normally, and then I cover my eyes to see if it went away.
It goes away, dissipates.
Okay.
Okay.
So
alright.
I guess it gets light.
Yeah.
Well, if ever we're in the darkness and you can't see, turn to Hazel.
I was
Yeah.
hoping it like blew off necklaces or something. Oh well.
So specific.
That is very specific.
Very
Well,
specific.
I got a problem. The necklace. And I was hoping she was gonna help me with it.
Yeah.
Because she was talking about healing. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But
that would be
I think
great.
it just gives light. But, you know. Oh well. I'll just like put it away.
Hey, light's not a bad thing, right? It's part of what fire does and is. So,
I
one
wonder if there's a smoke
aspect
thing.
discovered.
True. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. But then I don't know how much that I'm supposed to tell them. What do you think I should tell them?
Whatever,
Whatever
you
you
want.
Jinx.
I would probably say everything.
You owe me a panini.
You think that I should tell them
Punch.
everything?
I do.
In the nini.
At this conversation, I will like start to like get the fire in my hands again to make another panini, and then I'm gonna make 2 of them, and I'm gonna shove them each in Shun and Sabir's mouth. You think that I should honestly tell them the whole thing, even about the staff?
Yeah, I do. So, as someone who's interested in learning about the ancient world and all these hidden sort of bits of knowledge and legend, as it were, having access to that generally provides more insights into how we're all connected. Not just that, and that's sort of my selfish perspective, right? But in terms of you, they can't help you if they don't know what's going on. And if they have any insights, then this is your best chance of getting them. If you choose to hold back, you don't know what they know and what they don't know. So you can't help yourself if you don't be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you have a point there, but honestly, Zahira was kind of judgmental about me being a wildfire druid, which makes me super hesitant to share anything with her because it's like, why should I give her this information, this knowledge, if she's just gonna be judgmental about it?
From what you told me, it's not as judgmental as your previous lot. They literally exiled you, whereas she's hosting us, even if perhaps judgmentally, gracefully.
Yeah, but she kind of gave me a lecture. And it was like, listen, I already did it. Obviously, here we are. Like, why would you lecture somebody after it happened? What am I gonna do? Change it? No.
Well,
So,
that is its own issue, I suppose. But
I don't really vibe with her.
Not to
And-
mention they weren't very forthcoming about, you know, that.
well, I'm not necessarily saying it for the sake of her, but rather for the sake of you.
They don't seem to know much about anything, frankly. Very
Yeah,
cagey.
you keep saying that I'm part of the sea or something along those lines, and I don't
yeah.
understand where you're coming up with that from.
You can sense a sort of kinship. You're apparently on an entire journey of self-discovery, in a manner of speaking. I suppose whatever seafaring element is relevant, oh, that rhymed, will come up in time. If I had any insight about who to point you to, I would. But all I can say is the water is. Well, actually, I don't know which way the water is because, well, I sort of just ended up teleported onto the desert.
It's
I
that
got
way.
it. Shun, would you do me the favor in getting the orb of direction?
You have that, buddy.
I might have misplaced it with the other orbs. 1 second.
Should I be waiting for something?
Points north.
It says the water is north.
All right then. I point north. I go. I'll just point you in that direction then.
You
It could
know,
also be that way or that way. If we're on one point on it. If this is a globe and not flat,
You know it's a
kind
globe.
of all around.
I'm certain it is a globe.
Or well, the general consensus
Globe,
is that it's a
like-
globe.
I mean, let us be honest. There could be a dome.
There's a few flat Teslamers out there. Some scholars
And
believe
They're the
Minar
ones
was
that
flat
they're the
tested.
ones that call it Tethin.
Yeah.
In
Well-
any case, if you don't
You remember the other
express
name for
everything
it.
there is to express, you can't expect to get any useful information out of it. Which ultimately does maintain this whole, not knowing much of anything sort of perspective that we currently have.
hey,
I,
we all know stuff.
I met them.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I don't get to choose who I learn lessons from. I just learn them. Sometimes from little shits, sometimes from old shits, sometimes from lovely people. You all just taught me what a panini was. That was incredible.
So are we
Categorically,
little
we did.
shits, old shits, or lovely people?
Are any of you old? Well, I know that Hazel, you are, but
Whoa! I am 100. I am not old. I am literally in my prime.
my apologies. Then, respectively, I suppose none of you are old shits.
You
We can
calling
at least
us
check that
young
one off the
shits?
list. Potentially. I will admit that a lot of the rather destructive and violent sort of impulses or comfortably intrusive thoughts that Hazel tends to express do concern me deeply. But every
Is
other
he-
aspect of you seems lovely.
Does he not remember that he was basically dying when we found him, and yet we still might be little shits? Does anybody
not
else
wrong.
remember that?
He's not
I-
wrong.
I absolutely remember that.
Not wrong.
He's
I would
not
like to
wrong.
just highlight that the end part of what I was saying is that most of my experience so far with y'all has been lovely.
Except you don't enjoy my conversations with you.
No, I'm just concerned about how many ideas of yours involve the misfortune of others.
Not
Usually,
that many. Honestly,
usually
if you
starts
don't
with the
harm
misfortune
me,
of us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
if
It's
you
like
don't
a
harm
reaction
me,
or
I don't
anything.
harm you.
It's
fair.
I'm hoping we keep that trend going.
Good.
Same.
I am, I do have a tendency to then try to kill people's kids and do stuff like that when they piss me off.
Right. So
Yeah.
like in that aspect, that it's that would fall into, because you are in your prime, young shits category. But so far the rest of you is just absolutely top notch, fantastic, the very salt of the brine, you know?
See, this is why I thought he was messing with me when we were in the maze, because he does this. You know?
Ah.
You see it? You see it?
I kind of look at the other guy. I'm like, I'm not sure what it is I'm doing.
You see it?
But
Yeah. See, they all see it. It's you. You're the
I-
alpha out.
look, I'm not gonna lie. This isn't the first time I get this sort of response. It might be me.
I think it's you. I know it's not me. I'll go back to
Alright.
eating my panini.
Well, I'm comfortable with that. I'll try and figure out my way around it. Sorry for making you uncomfortable.
You don't make me uncomfortable.
Then upsetting you?
Not really.
Right. Well, then I'm not sure what it is that's happening, but I apologize.
All is forgiven.
That's
Safe.
absolutely wonderful.
Safe
Right.
choice.
He's learning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peanut? Oh shit! Sorry.
It's okay.
Peanuts for you.
So in any, back to what should you do? My opinion, speak the truth and you'll receive the best available opportunity to receive useful information. Withhold the truth and you've condemned yourself to maintain as much information as you have now.
Yeah, I just. I usually don't tell
But
people the truth.
sometimes,
So.
sometimes holding your cards to the chest can open up more doors when they ask you questions. See where their brains are at. So not always by revealing in the light do you get things. Sometimes it is the shadows that reveal more.
I
Well,
can't say he's wrong.
I guess I will see how it goes. I'll definitely tell them what happened in the maze and all of that. And then maybe I'll tell them the rest.
Do you want the
See.
3 of us to be there?
I mean, if you want to be there, you can be there. You already know everything, so, you know. It's
Okay.
up to you. Your call.
Well, Sabir's the bodyguard, so I think that means we take our security cues from you.
If you want us to be there, we shall be there. Always watching.
You don't have to be my bodyguard anymore. I don't have the necklace.
All right, Shun. I'm your bodyguard.
Thanks, big guy.
No problem. Big guy.
Yeah.
Fluffy guy. He meant fluffy. Fluffy's
No,
better.
he is the biggest cat I have ever seen. Look at those paws. Fucking maulers.
Yeah, they are. Oh, somebody get a happy paw over there.
You don't.
Look at
you
this
don't
tail.
mean
Look at
that.
it swish.
No.
You
You're
cannot lie from
embarrassing
me.
him.
What? Me? No.
Yes.
Speaking.
Gonna
Speaking of that,
embarrass him.
Shun, I will take the necklace tomorrow from you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
No
it.
problem.
You know, it's actually kind of crazy. Of all the boons that I got in there and that crazy hellscape, I was doing pretty well.
That's good.
I still
I
don't
would've
want
done-
this thing with us, but like, it was not bad. Yeah, you got fucked up when I left you. I mean, I'm so sorry that I had to do that, you know? I have to protect myself with this curse.
You
But-
still
You
look like
understand.
on death's door.
We do still need to figure out getting rid of the necklace before we leave here. We
Yes.
cannot take that with us, so I guess that's our next thing we have to solve. Our next
Yeah.
puzzle as
What happens if Holly tries to take it?
I don't know. I mean, she has health, so maybe then her health wouldn't be restored.
Interesting. Well,
Hmm.
she's not always out, right? So she goes somewhere.
I
Yeah.
suppose it depends if this thing. I mean, it traveled with me into another plane, so I'm assuming it is more attached to the wearer than it is to the plane of existence.
It's curious.
I mean, I assume Holly does not just die and smolder, but goes back to the fire plane and you just summon her.
Sure.
Well,
Cool.
never
Maybe
really
that is
thought
another
about where she
question to get you
goes.
closer.
right. Well, I'm trying to think sort of the logic of a familiar, right? Well, if a familiar is killed, disappears, but in the context of prime material plane, it's dead. But then you can summon it again. So
That is assuming that Holly is a familiar.
that's true. I am assuming that it's the closest sort of relation I can imagine.
Or if Holly will even come back, maybe it's like Holly too.
True. It could be
Not
a
sure.
horrifying death.
Or
Rebirth.
because the stone itself, right, the one that got embedded into Sabir, it's originally from the plane of stone of Earth. Is that right?
We didn't. I don't think we knew, right?
It
We
was
didn't
from
know
the
what it
Earth
did,
plane. All of
or-
those stones were the
oh.
Earth plane.
Aye. Okay. So perhaps there's some sort of primordial interaction between elementals, like Holly and the stone.
Maybe.
Maybe Holly can destroy it. If it's
Perhaps.
from the plane.
I'd love for that to be the case.
I would imagine that something from the Earth plane would probably be better suited, but I am resistant to the fire. Do we want to try it?
The druids
Well-
here aren't the most educated in the matter. They'd only started studying them, so why don't we give them a little bit of new information as well? Try and have Holly destroy the stone. See what happens.
Fuck
We
it,
could-
I'm down.
We could definitely ask them, but I think Holly would only take the necklace from me, which kind of puts us at a problem because then I have to take it today, or Holly to take it tomorrow.
No,
Well,
you
no.
can't
What
take
if
it
she
today.
tries to destroy it today? That way, it perhaps is just done.
But don't you
Like
think
attack
she
it.
needs to take it in order to destroy it?
She
Well,
could
we
just
can't
touch
remove it from someone unless it's being placed onto another person, right?
Right, but I think the only way for her to take it is to take it from me. She doesn't have any bond to shun.
Well, that's what I mean. Is she just grabs it like so, and blows it up.
All right, he's willing to take the hit if there is one to be taken.
All right, well, we can give this a shot, but I'm gonna have to take a nap first. Sorry.
Ah,
Before she
Totally
comes back.
understandable.
You need
After
your
you
sleep.
eat, you get one of them sleepy times.
Yep. And then I'll be able to bring her back and see what I can do.
But then again, what happens if it just makes the problem worse and it spreads it to all of us because we're in such a close radius?
So you want to sort of separate and do that somewhere else? We could just leave the room.
You know, the truth is, I thought it was a good idea for a second, and then I was like, well, fuck, what if it doesn't go well? I don't want to die. I feel like fucking with elemental magics after what we just saw.
Mhm.
I don't want to do that anymore.
Well,
I just want them to take it, frankly. That's really what I want. If
Why
I can
don't-
get them to take it, I'm fucking happy camper.
If
Why
you can
don't-
find someone. If you can't, I shall take it. For the day.
we can always ask them when we go. Ask the druids and see
Yeah.
if they have any advice on that, on our Holly idea. Possible when we meet with them later.
I'm
this
sure they'll
evening.
say something to the effect of, we're not sure, we don't know, it could work, it might not work, altruism.
You're probably right about that. They have not been very helpful so far. They sent me into a maze and then didn't know where I went.
When we asked where you were, they go, we've never seen this before. That was their yeah. They have
That's not
nothing.
good.
They have nothing.
They seemed very surprised when I was back. That's how I
Yeah.
was, I
We
was...
all were.
Well, see,
To be
that's
f- to-
alarming.
yeah.
I didn't think you were going to be surprised when I came back. And
Why
everyone
not?
was shocked, including all of
Your-
the druids.
Your body wasn't there, is the thing. It was supposed to be there, and then we woke up, and you didn't. But not only did you not wake up, you weren't physically present. And that was
Huh.
the shocking part.
Yeah. Well, crazy.
Alright, so you take a nap, and then we'll go chat with the druids. Until then, I'm going to write down everything I possibly can, because this has been absolutely fucking insane. And I put my feet up, put my shield down, and rest against it, and just start writing.
You all relax for the afternoon before continuing going to see the druids, and that's where we're going to end our session for tonight. You all level up.
Oh.
Yay! That's
Alright.
exciting. Guys, level 4.
Level 4.
Level 5.
Level 5 for us.
You should be
Oh,
level
you know
5.
what? Thing is, I'm split. I got the multi-class, so I was looking at the 3 fighter.
Yeah, okay. You're
Thinking,
level, level 4.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yeah.
Level
Little
5.
fighter rogue. Little fighter rogue.
Yay!
Yeah, I went rogue fighter.
Nice.
Went into the into that whole giant flavored thing, because that was cool. I like that stuff. It's good.
Oh yeah. Are we
You know.
taking a long
Short
rest? Is that what's
rest.
happening? Short rest.
If you guys are going to do something in the afternoon, like to go see the druids the same day, it's a short rest.
That's kind of what the vibe was to me. Is that not it?
Yeah, it's a short rest.
Yeah.
Like it's long rest will be like when you go to bed.
Okay. So we are leveling up during this short rest.
You are leveling up. during
Have
the
I
short rest.
lost my Hero's
Cool.
Feast?
Yes.
I already removed all that stuff. I assumed after
Hero's
he...
Feast is gone. Bark Skin is
Yeah.
gone. Water Wall is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right on,
benefits
right on.
that you gained in the Planescape stay in the Planescape.
Dang it, man.
Or Stone Skin, I should say, sorry.
Classic stuff.
I rolled a 3 on my D8.
Oh no, I rolled an. I think I rolled an 8.
Yeah, let me know your guys' new stuff, or you can just type message at me later.
Yeah.
Do I have?
We want
Hell
to
yeah.
do...
Your boy got another spell slot.
Hey, buddy.
You know, I just jumped right into leveling up the character and stuff, but I gotta like examine my beats or ability score improvements or whatever I want to do. So that's gonna take me a minute. Maybe I'll do that off stream.
You don't need to do this on stream. We're just chilling.
Yeah,
Definitely do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take your
I
time
just
with
know
it.
that I'm not getting anything special for leveling up with one more. In
that's not true.
cleric.
You get extra attack, don't you?
Nope.
Nope. He's taking a level in Cleric.
Oh shit! What kind of cleric? Or is the domain level 2?
Domain level 2.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But Clerics get their domain at level 1.
Is it 1
Yes.
or 2? It's level 1.
It's
level
1. Mhm.
So do you know what domain you're picking?
100%. I already have.
Oh shit! Okay.
He's taking his second level in. Right? This is your second level in Cleric.
Yeah, this is my second level in cleric.
Yeah.
I had a...
Oh, the free-
what's the domain? I didn't know.
Who am I talking to all the time?
Are you Death Domain Cleric?
Grave.
Oh, well, all right. I had 2 options. Pick the wrong one.
Yeah.
Fair. Grave Cleric is, in my opinion, the coolest. I had a... Oh, Redeem.
Hey.
What would Macho Man say about this?
About
What would
about
Macho
what?
Man
About
say
being
about
a Grave Domain Cleric.
leveling up?
Being a Grave Domain Cleric.
Welcome in. Who do you think brought me back and intertwined my soul with the body of Steve? It was a grave cleric from beyond. Yeah,
Macho Man dead?
beyond.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Me
right.
and you were
Yes.
already mind melding. When
Mhm.
this body starts to falter, when Steve can no longer handle the power of the Macho Man, I'm coming for you.
Oh no. I'm scared.
The torch has been passed. The cream has
Yeah.
been tossed.
He called the shot.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You're next,
level
buddy.
up. The level up coming too, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Steve.
Why do my glasses always come off? I feel
Hey.
like I can't fucking read anything. I can't see you guys.
Mhm.
Soon, buddy. But you're
Do
not
me
gonna
a-
like
do-
it.
Do me a favor. Keep doing this, like, getting healthy with Matt thing. Eat well, sleep well. If you need to do any GoFundMe's for medical anything, you let me know and I will boost it as much as I can, my guy.
Well, thanks, man. I really
Just-
appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you.
We got him
I
on a
got
one
you.
a day. Don't worry.
There we go. All right.
That's right,
One
one a month.
Slim Jim a day. Ooh!
Oh no, that's not the one I want.
No, I've been summoned.
Is that what they're calling it?
Steve, you do get your channel divinity at level 2.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
He just snapped into a Slim Jim.
I'm like, there's more that you get at level 2 as a cleric. Yeah, channel divinity.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Class features.
Mhm.
Class features. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
While you're looking at that, do we want to try to raid?
Yeah.
That's right.
Do,
Who are we
do we have a
raiding?
poll up already?
And,
Or...
gonna-
and you're gonna have to walk me through this because I don't know how to do that.
We got that.
Or you guys are doing it.
Yeah, we got that.
So tempting to keep redeeming my 12k points from the Macho Man threatening Augie.
Yeah, Augie seems like a fun character to threaten. This is like I didn't expect this to happen in this direction, but you know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I guess we're
OG
raiding
Froman.
OG Froman.
Roman.
Yeah. You handling it, Matt, or you want me to do it?
Sure, I got it.
All right. Hell yeah. Basically, it's just /raid space the creator that you want to, or the Twitch streamer that you want to raid. And then it starts a countdown. And then once the countdown goes, it's like you can hit the start button. Boom.
There we
Like
go.
so. So yeah. And then after it does like the little countdown, we have like maybe like a minute and a half to say
Yeah.
goodbye. And then we can hit raid now.
Well, congratulations, everybody, on leveling up.
Hey, thanks, man. We worked hard for this.
You did work hard for it. Y'all earned it well.
Hell yeah.
That channel divinity is nasty, dude. Is absolutely disgusting.
Ooh,
I know you get
I
Turn
can't wait
Undead.
to
What
see
other thing do you get?
I can
The
curse a
Crit
creature.
nullifier? Is that what you get?
No, I get the curse one creature you can see within 30 feet of you until the end of your next turn.
Mm-hmm.
The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature is vulnerability to all of the attack.
I probably shouldn't have started it just then. We got a few seconds.
How many seconds?
No, that's cool.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, we're good. We'll just let
Hey,
the countdown go,
new
and
cleric.
we'll say bye when it goes.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna go and then it's gonna be gone and no one's gonna see us because they're gone.
Well, in that case, I guess we should probably do
Do
the
the
thing.
thing.
Oh,
10
OG
10
Frozen
seconds.
is gone?
Oh, well, we got 8 seconds.
Yeah. All right. So do the thing.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
All right. And they're over there. So
Hey.
now you can
That
stop
was-
stream. and
That
stop
was so
recording.
much